The gospel is meant to be shared in word and in deed, in all the world with our hands, our hearts, and our heads. Right behind me, as you can see, is John Wesley's rule on the wall behind me. To do all the good you can by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, in all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever as you can. This week's upcoming sermon is on witnessing. And if I had to define what witness is, it would be John Wesley's rule that I've just quoted to you. To witness to the gospel is to testify to something we have seen and heard, but also to be a herald of the kingdom of God we've experienced in the world through people like John and Charles Wesley with our hearts and hands and voices. But be forewarned. Don't come among us as United Methodists if you fear some controversy and earnest, sometimes fevered debate, because we believe our faith should make a difference in the world. You may remember that when Jesus encountered human suffering, he didn't just pat hurting people on the head and offer a prayer for them. He reached out, touched them, and healed them. He didn't respond to empty stomachs by filling hungry people with pious platitude. He fed them. He didn't bow or scrape before the religious and political establishment of his day. He confronted it. He criticized the way the religious leaders of his day heaped up burdens upon the backs of the common people rather than mercy and justice. Jesus was not put on the cross for saying, "Blessed are the lilies of the field." He was killed for proclaiming and for living out an allegiance to the kingdom of God in the world. I'm Chris Cooper, Senior Pastor of First United Methodist Church of downtown Little Rock, and I invite you into a deeper conversation on what it means to be a United Methodist Christian in our world and in our town.